Hello everyone and welcome to the Lucas Bryner Show. Today I get the privilege to interview the youngest member of the cafeteria staff. Please welcome Lizzie Kimbal. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. So thank you for coming on my show today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So I have a few questions since you're new as
Okay.
well. So the first one is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Lizzie Kimbal, as he mentioned. I've worked in the cafeteria now for about 4 months, and it's something that's really enjoyable for me because I actually own my own business on the side, so it's really fun for me to get out of the house and have somewhere to go. I was born and raised in Phoenix, so my heart, I absolutely love it here in Phoenix, and I graduated from Arizona State University. I have 2 bachelor's degrees in English and sociology, in case you were wondering. I love hockey. I'm pretty much obsessed with it. I've had season tickets to the Coyotes for a few years now, and my husband got me into that because he was an ice hockey player, so he wasn't Coyotes level, but he's pretty cool. So yeah, I work in the Asian line. It's really fun for me to be there, and that's pretty much about myself.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy serving the students?
Oh, definitely a 10. It's very fun to work with the students. I always get to joke around with them and have fun. And I'm a senior portrait photographer too, so it's really fun for me to interact with these kids, and it's just really fun because lunch is an important part of the day. I remember back in high school I was always starving and so excited for lunch, so it's really fun to make dreams come true by serving lunch every day. Plus everybody's really nice and friendly, so thank you for being nice.
And what do you like most about working in the cafeteria?
Well, it's a really, really fun environment. In the back, we like to blast music while we're doing all of our chores, but everybody's really friendly. Like I said, it's an important job to do because everybody needs to eat. So it's really fun, and it's really fast-paced too. So there's always stuff to do. I'm never standing around, bored like I was when I worked retail a long time ago. So there's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and it's really fun to always have something to do.
And what is the process like from 10 to 1 from when you work?
Okay, well, when I come in at 10 o'clock, luckily the person who I work with has most of my, food set out for me. So what I do is I just make sure that I get all the ice and I set everything out so that everything is nice and organized when the students come in. And then I go in the back and I mix the infamous orange chicken, which everybody loves. I don't know, you never come to my line, so maybe you don't love it, but orange chicken is really popular, so we mix it up with the sauce so that it's nice and fresh. Then, of course, we serve lunch, and then in between the lunches, I make a fresh batch of orange chicken for the second lunch. And then we serve second lunch, and then afterwards is the dishes. And we do dishes for 45 minutes or so. There's a lot that accumulate throughout the day, so after we do the dishes, we clean everything up. All the food gets thrown out, unfortunately, that wasn't eaten during the day, but nothing's reused the next day. So we just clean everything up and put it all away and get ready for the next day.
And any final words of encouragement for 2013?
For 2013, my words of encouragement would definitely be to think differently. This is something that I've kind of told myself this year because, so many people have resolutions, and things that they'd like to do differently. So in order to do different things, you have to think differently. So what I like to do is have a positive outlook, and even if I don't like something, I try to convince my mind that I love it so that because if you just think about it how you don't like it, then you're not going to like it. So you have to think differently about it, think positive about it, and then what you think comes true. So
do you want to do a quick shout out of your photography website?
Sure. I do senior portraits and weddings. My website is lizziekimbal.com, and it's my passion. I've done it for 5 years now, and it's just really fun to take portraits. It's a really creative thing, and I have so much fun with it.
Okay.
Like everything else.
Thank you so much
for
joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
And if you see Lizzie Kimbal in serving your food, just say hi.
Yes, I love to speak to people, but I'm kind of shy too, so surprisingly, but.
Okay, everyone, thanks for watching here on the Lucas Bryner Show. Until next time. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2013 edition of the Lucas Bryner Show. So last year we did something really, really unique. So in September and October, we did sports interviews. So football, volleyball, golf, sports like that. And November, we did clubs interview. So all types of clubs like DECA, Best Buddies, and all that. So in this edition of Lucas Bryner Show in January, we're going to do a new edition which gives people the behind the scene of Mountain Ridge. So here we are joined with one of the counselors for Mountain Ridge,
How you doing?
Mr. Cooley. So how are you today?
Wonderful. Nice to see you.
So I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So the first one is, since you're new, so tell us about yourself, a little bit about yourself.
Oh, my name is Mr. Cooley, and I'm originally from Pennsylvania, about 20 miles south of Penn State University, right in the middle of the state. I went to a small little teacher's college called Shippensburg University. It used to be Shippensburg State Teachers College, and I got my bachelor's degree there. After that, I moved to Ohio for a little while, and I taught English at all levels there for about 9 years. And then I moved back to Pennsylvania at a school called Mars. You might see me around campus in something with an M on it. It's because I got some free stuff from the school, to be quite honest. And I was the wrestling coach there for 8 years, and I also taught English there as well, mostly sophomore English. And then my wife had an opportunity with her job to move out to the Phoenix area, and came to me and asked if I wanted to try something new. And 6 months before that, we had just had twin babies. Their names are Burke and Holden, and one boy, one girl. And that was it. I'd never been to Arizona, so I stepped on a plane and left, and that was it. We showed up, and I looked around for a job, and last year I worked in the Dysart School District at an elementary school, and kept looking around because I knew that I worked better with high school age students. And once I got here, I fell in love with the place. It's really unique campus, and everybody seems to be really driven academically, and I've enjoyed myself here.
Okay. So who was your role model growing up?
Wow, there's a lot of names, but probably the most practical role model growing up was my high school wrestling coach. His name was Coach Weitzel. And why I say that is he was a state champion wrestler, and wrestling is really, really big in the area where I come from. But not only that, my mother passed away when I was a sophomore in high school, and my dad was a truck driver. He was gone most of the time for weeks at a clip. And Coach Weitzel came down and actually didn't ask me, but told me that I was going to live with him, at the times that my dad was gone on the truck. And he was the first person that ever instilled education in me, and told me that I was going to go to college, made me sit down at the table and do my homework, that kind of thing. And, at the end of the day, he really helped raise me and helped inspire me.
Okay. Thank you so much for telling us a little bit about your personal life. And now tell us a little bit more about what you do here at Mountain Ridge.
Mountain Ridge, being a guidance counselor, when I went to school to be a guidance counselor, you think in your head a lot of ideologies, like you're mostly just going to work one-on-one with students that have problems and do a lot of talking, and that's a small percentage of my day here at Mountain Ridge. Mostly the first couple of days of school coming back, you're just inundated with schedule changes and schedule problems and things like that. There's lines out the door in the counseling office, and luckily we really work well as a team, the whole counseling department, and our department chair, Ms. Johnson, does a wonderful job kind of managing us and just helping us I guess service students the best way we can, with schedules. And you can't always do everything for every student, because if it just doesn't work out schedule-wise with what classes are available, it gets tough, because I know students get frustrated. They want classes and they want them in the order they want them, and they want to eat this lunch and all those kind of things, but it becomes difficult, in that role. I do a lot of that, and a lot of preparing students for college, a lot of applications to colleges for students, a lot of sending transcripts, all of those kind of things. And I didn't realize the amount of like computer work or paperwork that you know, counselors you know, across the country do. Again, I thought it was going to be like me one-on-one helping a lot of kids. But I've done a whole bunch of different things, you know, since I've been here, and I've enjoyed every one.
Does it ever like become stressful for you, or like do you have like any personal experience with that?
Wow, the last couple weeks, yeah, definitely, it's been stressful. The first, you know, when you get hired here as a counselor, the first couple of days are just like training days, and you know, Mrs. Johnson gave us as much. Miss Matthews and I are the new counselors, and gave us as much as she could to get ready in the you know, 5 days or 10 days, whatever it was that we got. But holy cow! And she said, "Wow, it's going to be really backed up, and boy, there's going to be a lot of people looking for schedule changes." And you know, I pictured 5 or 10 kids, you know, waiting, and it was nonstop for 4 days. You know, it was craziness right up until 4:30, 5 o'clock. It just didn't stop. It was bang, bang, bang. You know, line just one after another, and it wasn't just kids. It was parents and parents screaming little brothers, and it was like hysteria. It really was. But you know, it calms down once kids get settled into classes. It calms down, and you know, it becomes the ridge that we're all used to.
Right. And any final thoughts, like of encouragement to give to the students for 2013?
Well, I don't think any, you know, just for 2013, but you know, when your teachers and your parents are pounding college at you and some kind of education after high school, I just what I tell students that come in my office is, you know, think about how many days are associated with a 40-year career. I mean, how many individual days? We're talking thousands upon thousands of days that you're going to go to a job. So is it going to be a job that you want to go to, something you have a passion for, or is it going to be something that you can't stand to do? You know, it's I just would never ever want to wake up every day and go to a job that I hate. You know, it doesn't really matter the money you're making. You know, it's I know a lot of people get set on that, and I just want to encourage you guys to all find your passion. And once you find your passion, figure out a way to make a living with it. And if you can do that, you're never going to work a day in your life.
Very inspirational. And thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming on my show.
You're welcome.
And if you see Mr. Cooley around the counseling or around
Wave
school,
hi.
just say hi to him and tell him he's doing a really amazing job here at Mountain Ridge. So thanks for watching, everyone, here on the Lucas Bryner Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lucas Bryner Show. Today, I get to interview someone from the office here at Mountain Ridge High School. Please welcome and put your hands together for Dee Caski. So how are you doing today?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on our show
Absolutely.
and taking the time as well.
Absolutely.
So I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
So the first one is, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I moved to the beautiful state of Arizona about 12 years ago from another beautiful state, and that would be Washington State, Seattle area. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's real pretty up there, and wet and gray and cloudy and totally opposite Arizona, and that's why I love it here. So I also have a daughter who graduated from Barry Goldwater last year, and she is now going to Pepperdine University in Malibu, and what's not to like there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and she got a full academic ride to there, which I'm very, very proud of her for. And I like Arizona because we have sunshine, we have spring training, I like baseball.
What changes, if any, would you like to have for this year?
I think the one thing that probably stands out for me would be better communication, and not just between you and I, or you and your mom, or me and my daughter, but just better communication overall. I think would make it a much better world, and of course, world peace.
Okay, tell us a little bit more about what you do here at Mountain Ridge.
Oh, well, what I do is I work in the front office, and I kind of work in a lot of different positions in the front office. You'll sometimes see me checking kids in the morning, taking Fran's, job, or helping Fran out. Maybe I'm sitting at the front desk taking Anna's position, just answering questions and directing people. But the main part of my job is I reserve all the facilities. So if there's a basketball game, or tennis courts are needed, the gym's needed, the auditorium's needed, they come to me and I fill out the requisitions to place those facilities on hold for those different events. I do transcripts. So for instance, if you want to go on to college and you need to send that college a transcript, you come to me and I help take care of all of that. If you need a transcript to prove that you're a good student so you can get better rates on your insurance, you come to me. If you want a scholarships, everybody needs a transcript to get a scholarship, okay? So if you want to go in the military, you need a transcript. So, they come to me for all of those little incidentals. I take care of all the printers and copiers, and I order all the toner for the whole campus. I cover security, Mary Ellen's desk when she's out to lunch. So I just kind of do a whole bunch of stuff all over the campus. Just help out, answer questions for students, for parents, for all of you guys, and I love it.
And the last one is any final thoughts of encouragement for this new year?
Always try to do your best is my biggest one, and do it with a smile, because a smile can change everything, even your own attitude.
Okay. Thank you so much for
You
joining
are
me.
so welcome.
today.
Thank you for having me on.
And that is all the time that we have here on the Lucas Bryner Show. So thanks for watching, everyone.